remember your bows? Side by side, near the front, back. You walk up. There are two pieces of tape here. They're the bowing tape. Just take a little bow when you come up. Always go on the piano from the low side. Sit. Then you place your music. Play. Little bow from the bench when you're done with your first one. Back. Play. Then when you're all done, leave your books. Stand up. Come over here. Take your deep bow. Then you grab your books. Okay? You'll see everybody do it over and over and over again, hopefully the right way, and it'll be fine. You're fine. It's a small recital. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. So this is our summer recital, and the title of our recital is Music Is ... So, just a little housekeeping before we get started. Our programs are in the back. If you didn't pick up one, there are a bunch back there. Please feel free. All my performers, did you guys pick up your envelopes? They had your names on them. They're in the back there. Y'all got them? If you didn't, then it's probably back there. Okay? Inside your envelopes, if you look inside, there's a letter-sized paper. Actually, a bunch of them. I think there are 5 there. Those are our compliment cards. Now, we talked about those during our lessons, right? So the compliment cards has the name of every performer that's going to perform tonight. So while you're listening to your colleagues playing, I want you to be actively listening. What sounds amazing? What did you enjoy about the performance? And it can be anything. Maybe it was their perfect piano posture. You know how I harp on piano posture, right? Maybe it was their awesome dynamics. It was exciting to hear the fortes and the pianos. Maybe it was their perfect pedaling. It can be anything, all right? Maybe it inspired you to learn that piece as well, or you remember playing that piece. Give the performer a compliment, all right? Doesn't have to be very long. So in order to write those compliments, there's a marker inside your packet as well, okay? So as we go through the night, make sure to write down a compliment for every single performer. Also inside your packets are some activity pages, and we'll get to those in a minute, okay? So up here we have 2 pews that are reserved. So when your child comes up to perform, bring the whole family. These pews are reserved for you. You will get the best view in the house to take as many pictures, as many videos as you like, okay? After our recital, we'll have a little reception in the vineyard. That's the large room all the way at the end of the hall down there. Please join us. Everybody brought a little something, and it's a great time just to celebrate our performers. And at the end, I like to take a group photo. I always forget, so I have a slide in there to remind me. If you need to use the bathroom, there's a restroom right down this hallway. It's the first door. It's a little, alcove thing here on the left. If you need to leave the room for any reason, please try to leave between performances because, believe it or not, the performer can see you out of the corner of their eye, and it's very distracting. All right, moving on. So, as I mentioned, the title of our recital is Music Is. So, in other words, what is music? What does it mean to say that something is music? So the idea of this recital, this idea of what is music, came from a little activity that we did back in March and April. It was our Musical March Madness. So during Musical March Madness, we had 8 romantic period composers who were facing off against each other to see who would be the ultimate champion. So each week we had 2 composers that we would listen to a piece by each of them, and we would decide which one we liked best. The composer with the most votes would move on to the next round, and the other composer would be out. As luck would have it, our 2 finalists were real-life rivals. They were Johannes Brahms and Franz Liszt. So, having these 2 real-life rivals, the recital practically wrote itself at that point. So that's how we ended up with Music Is. And for those who were curious, the ultimate champion was Brahms. So during the preparations for our recital, I asked everyone to answer the question, what is music to you? And there were some awesome discussions that we had during our lessons, and there are some amazing answers that we're going to share with you tonight. Before each performance, I'll read that performer's answer to the question, what is music to you? And as I told all of you, I wouldn't ask you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. So here's my answer. Music is the language of the soul. Music allows us to work through and share emotions with others without the need for words. From the deepest sorrows to the most triumphant joys, our souls understand each other through music. It also allows us to engrave memories into our minds, and it can transport us back to times past. That's what music is to me. So our recital, based on what is music, falls into this period of time that was known as the War of the Romantics. So what is the War of the Romantics? It was a war about music that divided the great musicians of the time and the great music critics only in the German-speaking world. And this happened during the second half of the 1800s. They argued and insulted each other for years about different aspects of music. But they never really came to a conclusion. It was never resolved. They never reached an agreement. Today, we will determine who the winner is. So, in your packets, you have those activity sheets. Now, this is where the activity sheets come into play. So we will work through the clues during the recital to determine which team you guys are on. And in the end, each team will do a final group challenge to determine who was the winner of the War of the Romantics. So the first card that you have in your activity packet is this letter card here. So every time we solve a clue, a letter will be revealed that you will put in the appropriate square. And it'll depend on what answer is on your particular sheet. Not everyone has the same thing. There are 3 teams on each side of the War of the Romantics. We have the conservative side. There they are. And the conservative side was made up of Brahms, Clara Schumann, and Hanslick. Then we had the progressives with Liszt, Wagner, and von Bülow. Which team will you be on? Only time will tell. We will find out soon. But now let's set our scene. All right, 1827. Beethoven is dead, in case you didn't know that. His shadow now hangs over the musical world. Some thought he had created the best music that ever was, and no music would be ever as great as anything that he composed. The others thought, this is the dawn of a new music. Beethoven showed us the way that music must go. This is a new time for music. In the 1830s, a young group of composers are now ready to create the music that will define the Romantic period. But who are they? We have Felix Mendelssohn, Robert Schumann, Frédéric Chopin, and Franz Liszt. These 4 composers are the Romantics, and they will set the stage for the war that is to come. But you may be thinking, we talked so much about Brahms during our lessons, right? Brahms is a name that kept coming up over and over again. Where is he? Why isn't he here? There he is. Brahms is a good 20 years older than all of these guys. So he comes in a little bit later. These guys are creating the music that's defining the Romantic period. And when Brahms comes along, that's when the war begins. All right? Well, let's get to the good stuff. Can we have John Baker opening us? Yay for John! Woohoo! All right. John said, music is lively, entertaining, good for everyone, good for when you're down in the dumps. Music is exciting, and there are lots of different sounds. John will be playing The Storm. And now John will be playing Extreme Measures. Great job, John. Are you Team Brahms or Team Liszt?
I don't know.
Pick one. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, remember to write on your compliment cards. And now we have Michael Baker. Michael says, music is sound, exciting, cheerful, funny, cool, fast, slow, weird, loud, and quiet. Michael will be playing Roman Rampage. Now, Michael will be playing a duet with his mother, Erin Baker, Across the Oyster Bed. Are you Team Brahms or Team Liszt? Brahms, Liszt, Brahms. Brahms. Here you go. Good job, Michael. All right, now we have Peter Baker. Let's hear it for Peter Baker. Peter says, music is unique because it can be fast, it can be slow, it can be happy, it can be sad. Music is awesome. Peter will be playing Desert Disruption. Yep, start with that one first. I'll show you. Here. Are you close enough? There you go. That's good. Perfect. And now Peter will be playing a duet with his mom, Erin Baker, Russian Sailor Dance. Lay it flat. Otherwise it's going to fall on your hands. Liszt or Team Brahms?
He has baby.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with that.
Very cool. Thank you, Stephanie.
All right, next we have Camila Marchioni. Yay! Camila says, music is a beautiful sound that people listen to on a daily basis. Music makes me feel joyful and happy. Here, hold on, Camila. Let me put this for you. Okay. All right, Camila will be playing The Journey Begins. And now Camila will be playing her own composition, Sunrise Sonata. Great job, sweetheart. Are you Team Liszt or Team Brahms? Brahms. Yeah, here you go. Oops, don't forget your CD.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, remember to use the compliment cards. All right, back to our War of the Romantics. So our first feud here is between the Schumanns, husband and wife Clara and Robert, and Franz Liszt. So early on in the War of the Romantics, there were a lot of attacks against Mendelssohn and Robert Schumann, especially in the music newspapers of the time. And the music newspapers were all for Liszt. They loved Liszt. So although the Schumanns and Liszt started out, kind of friendly, things went downhill over the years. Part of the problem was that the Schumanns were disgusted by the music that Liszt played, and also by the hysteria that happened at Liszt's concerts. Now, Liszt was a bit of a phenomenon, and people went wild at his concerts. He's considered the original rock star. So for those of us who have seen all the mass hysteria around the Beatles, that's what happened with Liszt. He was the first one. So, but even despite all that, they continued to tolerate him until one fateful dinner. So Liszt had just arrived in Dresden, and he decided to pay a surprise visit to the Schumanns. So the Schumann says, okay, Liszt, why don't you come over for dinner later? So Clara did all the preparations as quickly as she could to have this beautiful musical dinner. She hired musicians, she had all the food prepared, invited other guests. When the time came for the dinner, no Liszt. Liszt showed up 2 hours late and brought Wagner along, who hadn't even been invited. Everyone was furious. But, all right, let's have dinner. So everyone was having dinner, and at one point, Liszt decided to make a nasty comment about Mendelssohn's music. Now, Mendelssohn was one of the Schumann's closest friends. They were really, really close. And he had just died, like a couple months earlier. He died very young. Schumann, who was a very gentle, very calm, very quiet man, flew into a rage, leapt over at Liszt, grabbed him by the shoulders, and shouted in his face, "Who are you to dare speak of a musician like Mendelssohn?" And he stormed out of the room. Everybody stared at Liszt, like, How could you say such a thing? Liszt excused himself, he was a very charming man, and exited the room and left. Schumann died a few years later, like maybe 3 years later, and Clara never forgave Liszt for that. Even when Liszt literally bent over backwards to help her in a multitude of ways, because Clara and Robert had 7 children, and she was a performing pianist. She was one of the greatest of the 1800s, and she was the sole breadwinner at that point. And he bent over backwards to arrange concerts for her and all sorts of things. She wanted nothing to do with him. All right. Time for clue number 1. All right. So, you will find clue number 1. It is a grid of rectangles with lots of musical notes. Some of you have quarter notes and quarter rests. Some of you have eighth notes and all sorts of things. So what you're going to do, you are going to color in only the rectangles that have a total of 2 beats inside of them. And I'll give you a little head start. All right? How many beats does a quarter rest get? 1. Thank you. How many beats does a quarter note get? 1. What's 1 plus 1? 2. So you color in that rectangle. All right. You should end up with a letter on your sheet. Let's find out what letter you get. You have 2 minutes. And remember the half rests and the whole rests. Remember the whole rest looked like a hole that you would walk into. The half rest looks like a hat, half a hat. Hello. You get it? Very good. All right, you hold on to that. Very good job. So you're going to write that in your letter, on the letter one. That was the first one, all the one in the front. Yep, so that's your first letter. Hey, where's Caitlin? Oh, there she is. You best. Okay. So remember, 2 eighth notes equal 1 beat, right? What's that? 2 eighth notes equal 1 beat, right? 1 and a half equal 1. Remember, you're dividing? Ah. And everyone, we're bringing these clue cards to our next lesson, okay? Yes. How many beats here? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Right? 1, 2. This gets 2 beats. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay.
Because it's a rest.
A rest gets a beat, right? We respect the rest because they also exist in time. Let me get you started. Yeah, it's okay. So, how many beats here? 1 plus 1. 2. Half a hat is a half rest. How many beats does a half rest get?
2.
2. Rest plus rest. How much does that get? 2. 2. Same thing.
2.
Half a hat.
2.
All right, keep going. Got it? All right. Yes, ma'am. You got it. Yes. That's your letter. Some people have the same, but don't worry. As I said, there's 6 teams that you can end up on. So, all right, how's it going, guys? Do we have letters? Who has a letter? Show me hands. Okay, we have letters. We have letters. Excellent. All right. So you either ended up with an L, or an A? Who got an L? Who got an A? All right. You are going to write the letter that you got. Oops. Yes, ma'am. You're going to write it on your letter card in the first square. You have an 8? You got it. Keep going. It's okay. Take your time. Don't worry. I have the team that you're on. All right. Back to some good music. Next up, we have Kira Sosha. Woohoo, Kira! So Kira says, music is fun because it makes me happy. Music channels my energy into something enjoyable and creative. I feel accomplished after I play. Kira will be playing Fiorelise. And now Kira will be playing The Unfolding. Are you Team Liszt or Team Brahms? Liszt. Very good job. Don't forget your music. All right. Next up, we have Juliana Costello. Woohoo! All right. Juliana says, music is beautiful because it is fun and the famous composers made it. P.S. And I like it. So here, sweetie. You wanted the stool. Don't worry, we have time. So sit, and I'll put this for your feet.
Okay. Do I need it or no?
Up to you. Do you want it or no? No?
Yeah, sure. I'll have it.
You'll have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think I need the pedals, so we'll figure it out. I was so excited to play the duet, I forgot to say that was Twinkling Planets. I know, I forgot. But I didn't forget that we're also going to be playing Favorite Things. All right, next up we have Riley Smith. Yay, Riley. All right, Riley says, music is a way to express yourself and a way to show the world how you feel. You can express happy or sad emotions, but the best part is that you can make your own music. Riley will be playing Irish Celebration. You want to move a little forward? You got it. And now Riley will play Into the Mist. Go take your big bow. Go take a big bow because now it's with your sister. Okay? Big bow. All right. Now Riley and her sister Kira Smith will be playing a duet together. Dance class. Oops.
Mommy, she forgot her paper.
It's okay. Synchronized bow. There you go. Riley. Riley. Awesome job. You team Liszt or team Brahms? Brahms. It's over here. All right, and now we have Kira Smith. Yay, Kira. All right, and Kira said, music is a form of expressing yourself in many different genres. It is an outlet of different emotions that you can express what you have been feeling. Kira will be playing Mermaids of the Middle Seas. And now Kira will play Dwarf Army. Bow, big bow. There you go. Team Brahms or Team Liszt? All right, the moment you've all been waiting for, Brahms versus Liszt. A nightmare of a nap. Okay. So this is probably the most famous rivalry of the entire War of the Romantics. Johannes Brahms versus Franz Liszt. Now this is our second encounter with Liszt, and not our last. But let's be fair to Liszt. He was all over the war, but it was because he was ruffling a lot of feathers. He was doing so much new stuff with music that people who liked the old way that music was really, really against Liszt. Change is hard for everything. But Liszt was the kind of guy who had the passion and the energy to move music forward no matter what anyone said. So, here we are. Brahms is finally not a baby anymore. Now he's 20 years old, and he's unknown. Nobody knows about Brahms. And Liszt is probably the most famous musician in all of Europe. Brahms is out on his first concert tour with his friend, a violinist named Remenyi. They had been traveling all around Europe, and they decided to stop in Weimar to meet the great Franz Liszt. So they stopped in, and they were invited to one of Liszt's Sunday matinees. So they arrived at the Sunday matinee, and Liszt's pupils and disciples were all there. And they were all hanging out, and then suddenly Liszt walks into the room, and everyone stops, and oh, Liszt, Liszt. And he comes over to meet Brahms and Remenyi, and he greets them very warmly. He's excited to meet them. So he takes a look at some of the compositions that are on the piano that Brahms had brought along. He says, play something for me. And Brahms freezes. He is so petrified, nervous. He refuses to play anything for Liszt. So Liszt picks up a composition and says, well then, I shall have to play. One of Liszt's favorite tricks was to pick up a manuscript, a handwritten piece of music. He'd never seen it before. He'd place it on the piano and play it to perfection, while talking to people to let them know what he was thinking about it. And sometimes, if he wanted to be, a little extra, he would turn the music upside down and play it perfectly, having never seen it before. Brahms' manuscript was almost indecipherable, and Liszt played it to perfection, and Brahms was astonished. And Liszt was very excited. He loved what Brahms had composed, and he was thinking, wow, this is a guy I could, really be friends with. So the afternoon went on, and everyone was saying, oh, Liszt, play something for us. Play something of your own. Now, Liszt had just completed a piece he was super proud of. It was his sonata in B minor. So he sat down at the piano, and he started playing. One thing Liszt liked to do, while he would be playing a piece of music, he would look out into the audience to see what kind of reaction the music was getting. So at one point, while he was playing his B minor sonata, he looked out into the audience, and he saw Brahms napping. Oh, Brahms. Liszt finished the piece, and he just walked out. So a little thing about the B minor sonata by Liszt, it's considered one of the greatest pieces of piano music ever written. And Brahms slept through it. Needless to say, they were never friends. From Weimar, Brahms went to meet the Schumanns, and they became very, 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 very good friends. And Liszt never played a single piece by Brahms again, ever, in public. All right, clue number 2. All right, so for this one, we have a series of notes and some letters underneath the line of notes. We need to put in some bar lines. Our music is in 3/4 time. How many beats in a measure in 3/4 time?
3.
Oh, where's the conviction in that? How many beats in a measure in 3/4 time?
3.
Ah, thank you. So when you collect 3 notes, 3 beats, so quarter note gets 1 beat, 1 quarter note plus 1 quarter note because 1 quarter note equals 3, you're going to draw a bar line, and it's going to cross through a letter. That letter you're going to write on the bottom. And you have to make it all the way to the end of the line, and you will get a word. Your first letter is not E, okay? All right, you have 2 minutes. And remember, rests count. We respect the rests. Quarter rests get 1 beat. Half rests get 2 beats. Whole rests get 3. Yes, Maddie. Sure. 1, 2, 3. You got it.
Okay.
Keep going. Remember, quarter rests get a beat. You made it. What'd you get? Yes. So wait for your letter. I'll show you in a minute. Where's Benjamin? I was looking for him. Where is he? Caroline can't come. All right, do we have words? We have a word? Okay, tell me what your word is.
Rivals.
Rivals, what's your word? Rivals. What's your word? Henry. Friends. Kira. Riley. Camila, what's yours? Friends. What's yours, Maddie? Friends. Okay, who got friends? Who got rivals? All right. If you got friends, you are going to write the letter N on your letter card. If you got rivals, you're going to write the letter S on your letter card. All right. All right, and now we have Benjamin Magyar. Give it up for Benjamin Magyar, yes! All right. Benjamin says, music is dignity. You must not let the fear of mistakes keep you from playing the piano. And I couldn't agree more. All right, Benjamin will be playing Golden Dreams. And now Benjamin will be playing Pass and Crash. Do you want the music, bud?
Would you mind playing this with me?
You play it. You're the stars. You got this. Great job, Benjamin. Your team list, aren't you? Oops. Here you go. Here's list. Got it? You love list.
I think, I think Frankie Ford.
You think? All right. Next up, we have Caitlin Sheehan. Yay, Caitlin. Caitlin says, music is calming, joyful, exciting, a way to express your mood and change your mood. It pumps me up when I take the soccer field or go up to bat for softball. It relaxes me when I'm anxious. It is a constant in my life. Have a seat, sweetie. There you go. You're good. Okay. All right. Caitlin will be playing Miniature Sonatina. And now Caitlin will be playing Hill and Gully Rider. All right. You good? All right, here, let me just turn off the mic, otherwise. Sure, 1 second. You're welcome. Good job. What'd I do with the thingy? All right, next up we have James Keeley. All right. Pick your bow. James says, music is a collection of notes that make up something that sounds pretty or appealing and sometimes means something to someone. James will be playing Finger Twister. And now James will play the March Slav. Awesome job. That sounded so good. Team List or Team Brahms? Always the man with the beard, yes. All right, next up we have Josephine Keeley. Yay. Josie says, music is a way to express yourself, and it's fun to play. You express your feelings by playing it and getting into it. You're welcome. All right, Josie will be playing The Confrontation. Oh, yes. Adjust your bench. Good job. And now Josie will play What Lies Ahead. Great job, Josie. Here's your CD. Are you Liszt or Brahms? Liszt? All right. Them's fighting words. So now up until this point, you might be thinking, this war is just a bunch of people treating each other badly and not liking each other's music. Enter Edward Hanslick. He's going to elevate this war to a full-blown war of words and thoughts. So in 1854, Hanslick published his influential book, On the Musically Beautiful. In his book, he wanted to answer the question, what exactly does music express? You know what his answer was? Nothing. Music is its own meaning. So basically, music is just music. Now, if you were Liszt or Wagner, you would be furious because their music was all about meaning, poetry, expressing your feelings, nature, all encompassed in music. So overnight, because of this book, Hanslick became the philosopher-in-chief of the conservative side and a champion of Brahms's music, because Brahms was like the head of the conservatives in terms of music. Now, Hanslick was an extremely intelligent man, and he argued his side with great mastery. No one could out-argue Hanslick. He became the professor of the University of Vienna and influenced the musical tastes of the city to a point where Liszt and his disciples were not welcome to perform in Vienna. And Vienna was like one of the musical capitals of Europe. Because of Hanslick, Vienna became a Brahms city. All right, on to clue number 3. All right, we have some circles, right? So you're going to look at the number on each of the pie slices you have here at the bottom. So the 1 means circle number 1. The shape of the slice of your pie is what corner of the circle you're looking for. And inside of that is the answer that you're going to write on the line. That key there, that's an E. All right? So when you fill in those 4 spaces, you'll get a word. Again, E is not your first letter. All right, you have 2 minutes.
Just so you know, the girl before Ellie isn't coming. So she's right after Abby. You are on a roll, Miss Camila. Oh, I'll be right back. You're on a roll. What'd you get? Yes. Very random, but yes. That's okay. I'll tell the custodian. Just leave it here on the side. Yes. What'd you get?
Hey, how do you do it?
Okay. So you have circle 3. So you're going to go to circle 3. Which part of the circle matches this shape?
Oh, yeah.
That one. So what note is that? That's what you write down there. Okay? Yeah, I gave you that one on purpose. You got it?
Josie got confused. She thought it was just the first one. This goes to this.
No, so circle 3 over here. So it's this note here. What's that one? C. So that C goes here. Right. All right, now you're in circle 1. What's this note here?
G.
Ooh, is it the gross skunk at the bottom of the C? Or is it above the gross skunk at the bottom of the C?
It's a C. No, it's an A.
A. Let's put an A here. There you go. Now circle 4. Who's that note there? In Bizarro world, right? Important tip, always look at the clef first. Is it treble clef? Is it bass clef? What could it be?
A? No, G.
Remember the glory spot? Is that the glory spot? Or is it below the glory spot? Bizarro.
It's F.
And last one, circle 2 over here. If that was F, who's this? Hmm? All right, who has their words? Almost. Okay, you get 1 more minute. 1 more minute. You got it. Yes, I will turn the page for you. Yes. It's okay. We worry about these things. It's all right. It's important. Hmm? You know yours? What's yours? Good. Mm-hmm. All right. Who got cafe? If you got cafe, write the letter W on your letter card. You got the letter, you got cafe, Henry? You're confused? It's okay.
Since he does everything by ear and music.
So finger.
That's a C, right?
That's a C.
Yes.
You got it. So this is circle 1. This corner here, who's this?
I went up and I feel like it's G.
Almost. It's half in the water, half out the water. Who's that?
Alligator.
Alligators. That's an A. Yes.
I think mine is bed, but I'm pretty sure that's an F.
Oh, that's an A. Yeah, that low, yes.
I didn't get this one.
That's okay. Continue to try to solve it. If you got friend, so friend was...
The bass clef.
the bass clef, yes. Pro tip, look at the clef. Always look at the clef first. An N, okay? All right, who got bead? You got bead? So if you got bead, write the letter H.
So with,
This
bass
one?
clef. No, right here.
So 3, that's a C, right? So that's a C.
Wait, am I doing?
So circle 3, circle 3. Okay, and then this one here. Okay.
So this is first.
This is first, so
Oh,
you got
I
a
was
C
doing
there.
one.
No. So start with that one. You have a C here first. So you're going to end up with cafe. All right. All right, who got aced? Anybody? You did? Good job. You got ace as well. Excellent. You are going to write the letter T on your letter card. Cafe'd. Well, let's see. 3 here. Yeah, that is a D, isn't it? So what did we end? Okay, hold on a second. That's a B. B, that is an E. That is an A. So you have bead. Bead. Don't worry, we'll work on the ledger lines. Ledger lines can be confusing. All right. That was a tricky one. All right. Next up we have Abigail Shapiro. Yay, Abby! Abby says, music is something that can bring you into another world. When you're sad or stressed, it can make you happy. Take your bow. There you go. Abby will be playing Gaston. Okay, so move this to the side. All right, go ahead. And now Abby will play Beauty and the Beast. And now Abby will play 3-point play. Let me just turn it off a second. All right, next up we have Eleanor Fantasia. Yay, Ellie! Take a little bow. So Ellie says, music is beautiful. It makes me feel emotional and happy. Ellie will be playing Double Dare. And now Ellie will be playing The Reivers of Duns. There you go. Get in front of here. Let me move this a little bit more. There you go, sweetie. Great job. Are you Team Liszt or Team Brahms? I think so too. Here you go. Super job. All right, next up we have Madeline Fondos. Yay, Maddie. Maddie says, music is something to enjoy. I think that because when you hear music, it makes you want to do something you enjoy, such as dance to it, just listen to it. Maddie will be playing Medieval Mayhem. And now Maddie will play Gymnopédie, number 1. And now Maddie will play On a Mission. Oops. Maddie. Awesome job. Team List or Team Team List or Team Brahms? Awesome work. Next up, we have Henry Jemison. Yay! All right, Henry says, music is loud, good for holidays, fun to learn, can be learned on the piano, guitar, trombone, drums, bells, violin, and voice. It can also be learned with board games and video games. Henry will be playing Pass and Crash. Perfect. All right, bud, whenever you're ready, okay? And now Henry will play a collaboration between the composer of his lesson book, Andrea Dow, and himself, Brick by Brick, Super Edition. Awesome job, Henry. Are you Team Liszt or Team Brahms? Decisions. Yeah, no, the man with the beard? Man with the beard. All right, here. Exactly. Oh, don't forget your CD. Don't you forget. Here. My hand. Awesome job. All right, remember to use your compliment cards. All right, we've reached our last rivalry, our last clue here. Mr. Hans von Bülow against everyone at one point or another. A scandalous marriage. Hans von Bülow was one of Liszt's best students. He was a virtuoso pianist and a legendary conductor. He was known for memorizing full orchestral scores. Now, what does that mean? So when we memorize our music, we're memorizing what both hands are playing, right? On one instrument. He could memorize what every single instrument of the orchestra was playing, at what point, and for how long. The entire orchestra. As I said, he was legendary. So, at the beginning of the War of the Romantics, as you can imagine, being Liszt's pupil, he was very much on Liszt's side. And he absolutely adored Liszt. He ended up marrying Liszt's daughter, Cosima, after some reluctance on Liszt's part, because Liszt liked von Bülow, but he could see that he was a very complex guy, and he worried a little bit for his daughter, that she might not be able to handle him. Turns out, Liszt should have been more worried about von Bülow than his daughter. After they were married, Cosima fell in love with Wagner, and she left von Bülow and went off to marry Wagner instead. Von Bülow was crushed. He spent a long time in a very deep depression. But eventually he was able to make his way out of his depression, and he continued to play and conduct. The funny part of this story is that despite everything, losing his wife to Wagner and all that, he still continued to conduct Wagner's music, which is mind-boggling in a way, but the way he justified it was that he would say, Wagner the man is the greatest of cowards, but Wagner the composer must be celebrated. So over time, von Bülow sort of changed sides, and then he'd go back and forth. He became good friends with Brahms, ended up playing a lot of Brahms's music, conducting a lot of his works, but he continued to play a lot of Liszt as well. All right, and that's Mr. Hans von Bülow. Our last clue. This one is a fun one. All right, this is called a cryptic board. And you have all these lovely little Tetris tiles there on the left. They fit into that big square on the right. I will help you out. I will give you the first clue. This time I'm nice. I didn't give you the letters before, but now I will be nice, I promise. All right. So the first one there, we have, I have to read it here because I can't see it up there, B, F, and D. So on our cryptic board, that little group of 3 squares fits right up there. You're going to cross those out. You do not want those. You will end up with one single square. That square, if you notice here, you either have notes or you have keyboard things there. Underneath each of the notes or the keyboards is a little musical symbol. There are things like flats and ritardandos, sforzatos, mordents, sharps, diminuendos. You will end up with one of those. So let's find out what your musical symbol is. All right. Good luck. I'm here to help. Hey, Maddie. Don't worry about the symbols. The symbols are for later. The one square that's left is your symbol. Okay, so just worry about the letters. Okay? So think about what might fit here. You have a corner, right? So think about what might fit in that corner.
This
Well, maybe.
or this.
Maybe. So what is...
But no, because this is an E.
That's an A, right? That's an A. But there's an A there, right?
Yeah, but that wouldn't fit because then it would go out.
That's right. So you can find it. I believe in you. Hello. If you have notes, it might be helpful. Here's a tip. Write the names of the notes on the squares, because then it's easier to relate them to your Tetris blocks. The Tetris blocks? Tetris? No. I love Tetris.
Can I turn that one into like put it like there?
I think you answered your own question. What do you think? Does it fit?
Yeah. Put it there.
You can. We'll find out if that's a solid strategy. Yes. That's an A. How's it going? How's it going? Good. Okay. Keep going. You got it? What do you need? Okay. So you have this one left. So there's, that's okay. So you have a G, A, F, G. G, A, is that an F? Yeah, it's a G, so that fits right there, right? But, yeah. This one here might not be what you thought it was. Okay. Keep going. So, yeah, check your work. You broke the system. Well, don't worry. If you broke the system, it's all okay. Yeah, I think you broke the system.
Just like Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph, that's right. That's okay. Bring this next time to our lesson, and we'll go over it, okay? You get it? No? Okay. That's okay. This one was the hardest one. It was building. Yeah. It's okay. Don't worry. You're allocated to a group. Don't worry. You need help?
So I definitely don't know bass clef, so that.
Oh, okay.
No.
So,
Is that an A?
that's an A.
Okay, so then this one goes here.
Mm-hmm. So A, F, A,
And
E.
then we make this
Yeah.
a B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then.
Yep, so block that one out. You got
Okay,
it.
so-
Mm-hmm. I love that you're the one who's doing this.
But she's like, oh.
So here, G, A, F, G. So that's this one here. G, A,
Okay.
F, G.
Okay, I can figure out this.
Okay.
All right, we got this. Okay, so we do this.
All right, one more minute. Did you get it?
Not even close.
Well, let me see. I think you still haven't covered the one that is your symbol. So it's one of the ones that are still blank. Oh, okay. As I said, bring it to our next lesson. We're going to go over all these these clues. Did you get it? No? Okay. Yeah, but that's a good strategy. You should be doing that, putting the names of the notes and then trying to match them over there. Yes, yes. Okay, I think this is the one that broke us all. All right. Was anyone able to end up with one square? Yes, we did. Okay, what did you get? And what's the symbol underneath it? The octave marking. Okay, very good. All right, anyone else able to get it? All right, as I said, you're bringing all these clues to your next lesson. Benjamin, did you get it? What'd you get?
It's a C sharp.
A sharp? Okay, very good. You got it too, Harrison? What'd you get? Sharp is one of them. All right, so let's see. If you got the octave marking, you are going to write a U. If you got the crescendo, a B. Ritardando, G. And the sharp, an I. For those of you who didn't get it, don't worry. I've always got your back. Now's the moment you're going to find out which team you're on. If you collected A, N, H, and U, you are on Clara Schumann's team. If you collected A, N, W, G, you're on Wagner's team. If you had A, S, H, B, you're on Brahms's team. LSTI, you're with List. LNHI, Hanslick. And LNWU, Mr. Hans von Bülow. There are your names. Write down your composer, a composer or critic, whoever you're with.
Figure it out. Since it was up there, I have my 3 letters on. So able to figure it out.
Very good. You are in Mr. Hans von Bülow's team.
Where's Schumann?
You're Clara Schumann. All right. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, sir. You are on, I can't read from you, Mr. Hanslick's team. You're all Hanslicks. Yes, you are. All right. So we will come back to this. So show of hands. Who's Clara Schumann? There we go. Who is Wagner? All right. Brahms. Yes. Mr. Liszt. Yes. Mr. Hanslick. And Mr. von Bülow. All right. We will come back to these teams later. And now we have Olivia Hermesmeyer. Yay, Olivia. Olivia says, music is more than just notes. It is an art, and it helps me express my emotions by playing different pieces. Olivia will be playing the Rainbow Prelude. Oh, yes, sorry about that. I got excited. Wait for me to get. And now Olivia will play Flower Fairies. You did awesome. Obviously, Brahms. I do with the thing. Next up, we have Piper Dillon. Yay, Piper. All right, Piper says, music is beautiful. Music can be anything you want. There are different kinds of music. Music is sound. I love music. Piper will be playing I Just Can't Wait to Be King. And now Piper will play It's a Small World. And now Piper will play a duet with her sister, Lily Dillon, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And now we have Lily Dillon. Yay! So Lily says, music is something that can get you through very tough times. When you listen to music, sometimes you can connect to the artist who wrote it because they might have been going through the same experiences as you. When you listen to music that you can connect to over and over again, it can make you think about your life and what you're going through, and that can eventually make you face the problems. So I think music can make your life better. Lily will be playing How Far I'll Go. And now Lily will play Into Forever. Let me move this a little bit back for you. There you go. That was beautiful. Team List or Team Brahms? List. Next we have Luke Wishhusen. Yay, Luke! All right. Luke says, music is organized sound meant to sound good. Music is good the way it is. Luke will be playing Canon in D. Now Luke will play Above the Mountaintops. Let me just turn this off.
time for our team challenge. I should turn on my mic.
Right, now you can hear me better. All right, so you're going to find your team. Can I have Team Clara Schumann right here? Come on, Camila, Kira, and Riley. How are you? You look fabulous. Here comes Camila. All right, here's your team. Give it up for Clara Schumann. All right. Next up, Team Wagner. Can I have Abby, Kira Sosha, and Maddie H? All right, let's hear it for Team Wagner. All right, stay right here. Next up, Team Brahms. Can I have Caitlin, Juliana, Maddie F, and Olivia? Let's hear it for Team Brahms. Yes, the man with the giant beard. All right, stay together. Next up, Team Franz Liszt. Can I have Benjamin, Harrison, Lily D, and Piper? Right here, Benjamin. There we go. Let's hear it for Team Liszt. Woohoo, Liszt. All right. Next up, we have Team Hanslick. John, Luke, Michael, and Peter. Woohoo, Team Hanslick. Right here. All right. Last but not least, we have Team Von Bulow. We have Ellie, Henry, James, and Josie. All right, let's hear it for Team Hans Bulow. Von Bulow. All right, right here. All right. So, this is a group challenge. Now is the moment to decide who was the winner of the War of the Romantics. So, the funny thing about the War of the Romantics is, if you were on the conservative side, you loved Beethoven. If you were on the progressive side, you loved Beethoven. Beethoven was everyone's hero. But they looked at his music very differently. So it only makes sense to give the last word about what is music to Mr. Beethoven himself. So, Beethoven said, something, something, something. This is the reason for music. What did he say? In these packets, do not open them, is what Beethoven said. They are scrambled up. You must unscramble Beethoven's words. Oh, I gave it to Piper. She has it. She has it. Team Hanslick, Team Von Bulow. All right. So here's how it's going to go. Everybody sit. Sit in a circle. Huddle. All right. You're going to work together. You're going to try to find out what in the world Beethoven said. Okay? If your team figures it out, I need you all to stand up. And then you're going to read it for me. All right? On your mark, get set. Open your packets. Let's see. And I will give you hints along the way. There are a lot of words, I know. But give it a go for another 30 seconds. I can't say. I can't give anything. The first word is what? Yeah, well, I helped you somewhat.
That reminds me of breakout.
Ah, yes. Next word is I. What I? Yes? Yes? Do we have it? All right. Oh, we had something over here. This is Team Hanslick. Tell me, Team Hanslick, what is it? Say it loud. Do we have it? No? No. All right, so say it. What is it? Mm-mm. Not it. All right. Team Brahms, tell me.
What I must find a way out and have my heart and soul.
No, not it either. All right, next word. What I have. Okay, we have another. Okay, go ahead. Nope. First one is what I have. What I have. Oh, okay, Team Clara Schumann has a guess. Let's see.
Can I say it? I want to see it.
Say it together. Stand up and say it together. Let's see. Team Clara Schumann was first. Let's see.
What I have in my heart and soul must find a way out.
What I have in my heart and soul must find a way out. Yes! Clara Schumann is the winner of the War of the Romantics. And you all get a token as a prize. Enjoy. You got it right after. Well, good job. And you guys got it also. Awesome job, guys. All right, you can collect all your notes, and we're going to conclude our recital with our last two performers. You should. You can keep those or you can keep them or toss them out later. Just don't leave them in the church, please. All right, find your seats. You okay? You guys did great. One key to get everybody's attention. Thank you. Awesome job. Thank you, Benjamin. All right. And now we have Madeline Howard. Yay! All right. Maddie says, music is a way to escape and a great way to relax. Amen to that. All right. Maddie is going to play the Sleeping Beauty Waltz. And now Maddie will play Für Elise. Let's see if that's enough to hold it. Let's see. No? Maybe put it over here.
Yeah.
That's good. No, it's not going to hold it. It's okay? No, it's not. Hold on. It's falling. Let's move this first of all. That's okay. You're good. That good? I'll watch it. Beautiful job. Team Brahms or Team Liszt?
Brahms.
There you go. Good job, Maddie. All right, and now to conclude our evening, we have Harrison Wisniewski. Yay, Harrison. Harrison says, music is more than just sounds put together. It is an organized language. No matter if you speak French or English, you can still understand music. Music is a global language that everyone can understand. Harrison will be playing Don't Stop Believin'. You want the thumb? This? There you go. And now Harrison will play Endgame. Team Liszt or Team Brahms? Good job, Harrison. Proud of you. All right. Let's hear it all again for all of our performers. They did an amazing job tonight. I'm so proud of everybody. All right. When you leave, please leave your compliment cards on the table in the back. I am going to take these all home, cut them up, organize them, and then give them to you at your next lesson. So you're going to see all the nice things that people said about your performance, okay? Also, bring your clue cards to our next lesson because I want to go over what you thought was tough, what you thought was easy, okay? Group photo. I want all our performers up here. I want a picture with you all.
I'm just waiting for the cookies.
You're waiting for the cookies? I'll bet they'll be extra delicious. All right, I need my tallest people in the back. Camila, can you be on this? Okay, I'm going to just arrange you all. Come up here, take a step up. Can you stand next to, you're going to be in front?
It's like
You're in front.
It's like the vineyard is like a super.
Can you go up next to Kira? You're going to be on the second row here next to Camila,
It's like the,
next to your brother.
It's like the vineyard is a super massive.
Can you be right there next to the girl with the curly hair? You up there as well next to John?
Hey,
You're doing,
It's like the vineyard
Up
is
there,
like a
go up there.
super massive.
keep going up, up and up. It's a big room, isn't it? Super. Next to Riley. Up next to your sister, next to Olivia, right up here next to Ellie. Can you stand right here? And Juliana, can you be right next to Maddie here? Here, Benjamin, I'm going to trade you with Juliana. Can you come down? And Juliana will go up. All right. Take a picture. All right. Everyone say Beethoven. All right, I'm going to ask somebody to take a picture. Can you take a picture with me, with everybody? All right. All right, everybody say Beethoven. Beethoven. Thank you. All right, hold on. One more picture, get another person. Thank you. All right, let's go to the vineyard for our reception. Awesome job, guys. Let's celebrate. Woohoo!
I would like to do a little bit of something on the piano.
You play something, Benjamin. Go for it. Go get those cookies before they're gone. Yes. Oh, you found that. Very cute.
These were on the floor.